Hey everyone, welcome back to Awesome Trainings, and today we're going to discuss two things: the recall process and voting. There are two common issues that I see when it comes to people in society. The first is people don't think their vote matters, and the second is they think there's nothing they can do about a politician who's holding office and not doing their job well or representing them effectively. So let's handle recalls first. Here's the basics. A recall is a way for voters to remove an elected official from office before their term is up. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. This process varies by state, so we'll touch on the general steps that apply in most places and provide some state-specific detail. Here's a general breakdown of the recall process. Remember, specific rules may vary depending on where you live, so check your local laws for details. Step 1. Initiate a recall petition. The first step is to start a recall petition. You'll need to gather signatures from a certain percentage of registered voters. This percentage depends on local or state laws. Step 2. Verify signatures. Once you've collected enough signatures, you'll need to submit them to the appropriate election office. They'll verify the signatures to ensure they're valid and meet the required threshold. Step 3. Recall election. If the signatures are verified, a recall election is scheduled. In this election, voters will decide whether to remove the official from office. If the recall is successful, a new election is held to choose a replacement. Now let's look at how this process can vary by state. We'll compare Tennessee and California, because Tennessee is awful and California is run flawlessly. In Tennessee, you'll need a signed petition from at least 15% of people who are registered to vote in that municipality or county. For California, it's 12%. Here are the officials subject to recall for the state of Tennessee. You have state legislators, both state senators and state representatives, and local officials, mayors and members of local governing bodies such as city councils and county commissions. Now here are officials not subject to recall in Tennessee. Basically statewide elected officials, the governor, lieutenant governor, and other statewide office holders. Now let's look at California. Their officials who are subject to recall are statewide elected officials, meaning governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, attorney general, treasurer, controller, and insurance commissioner. You also have state legislators, both state senators and assembly members. You also have local officials, mayors, city council members, county supervisors, and other local officials. Basically, the state of California. There's like no reason to be living in whatever you're living in California, because you can kick almost everybody out. Now, officials that are not subject to recall in California are judges. While judges can be recalled in California, they are subject to a separate process. There's no standard recall process for judges like other officials. To review, there needs to be an initiation, then a petition needs to be signed, then there's a procedure for how the election or removal of the politician will go. Tennessee has a more limited scope for recall, focusing primarily on state legislators and certain local officials, but statewide office holders are not subject to recall. Whereas California has a broader recall scope, including statewide officials, state legislators, and local officials. It also has a distinct process for recalling judges. But once again, for the most accurate and up-to-date information, it's always best to consult the state-specific laws or election officials in each state. Now, let's touch on you people who say your vote doesn't count. You're correct. It doesn't, because you don't vote. The end. We the people have the power and ability to elect and remove officials from office. Just because they have a title doesn't mean we have to put up with them ruining our communities. The lie they want everyone to believe is we can't do anything about it. But our government is literally set up in a way where we are given the opportunity to do something about it. Share this with one person you know to help spread the information on how you can control what goes on in your community through the recall process. I appreciate you watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Roma.